Hey, boys and girls. Hope everybody had a great day today. We are going to be talking today about, yesterday we talked about bees and how important bees were, okay? And then I had a little bee game activity for you guys to do. Today we are going to talk about these insects. Everybody know what that is? That is an ant. Very good. This is an ant, and we're going to talk about ants today, okay? Ants are very cool insects, and it's actually awesome that we just talked about bees because bees and ants are very much alike. They're very similar, okay? So we're going to talk about ants today. Plus, I have a little surprise for you boys and girls at the end of our video, okay? And we'll do that here shortly, okay? So before we start, we usually start with a song, okay? I have a book that is of a song, okay? So this is The Ants Go Marching. Okay, has anybody heard that song? The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. Okay, so that song was made into a book. Okay, so we're gonna read the book, but we're gonna sing it while we're reading it, okay? Yesterday we did a song called The Bees Go Buzzing. So it was sort of like The Ants Go Marching, okay? So we're gonna read this book / song to start things off, okay? So this is The Ants Go Marching, and it was illustrated by Jeffrey Shearer. Awesome. So let's see where the ants go marching. The ants go marching. Okay. The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching one by one, the little one stops to suck his thumb, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The ants go marching two by two, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching two by two, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching two by two, the little one stops to tie his shoe, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The ants go marching three by three, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching three by three, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching three by three, the little one stops to ride a bee, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The ants go marching four by four, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching four by four, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching four by four, the little one stops to shut the door, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The ants go marching five by five, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching five by five, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching five by five, the little one stops to jump and jive, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. What comes next? What's after five? Six. The ants go marching six by six, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching six by six, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching six by six, the little one stops to pick up sticks, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. Seven. The ants go marching seven by seven, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching seven by seven, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching seven by seven, the little one stops to write with a pen, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The ants go marching 8 by 8, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 8 by 8, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 8 by 8. The little one stops to roller skate, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. Look at the little one. He's roller skating down the hill or up the hill. The ants go marching 9 by 9, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 9 by 9, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 9 by 9. The little one stops to drink and dine, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. Look at him. He's drinking some soda. Silly little ant. The ants go marching 10 by 10, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 10 by 10, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 10 by 10. The little one stops to say the end. And they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The end. Awesome. I love that. That was so cool. Hope you boys and girls enjoyed that song. Great. Maybe I'll find a YouTube video and post the link as well so you guys can watch the video and sing along with it too. It might not be the exact same as that one, but I'm sure that there's an Ants Go Marching song on YouTube, and I'll post that link for you guys, okay? So today we are going to be talking about ants. Okay, ants, like I tell you. All right? So, let's look at the life cycle of an ant. Okay, we've been talking about life cycles. Okay, so first thing we have is eggs. Okay, so the queen lays the eggs. Okay, then after the eggs form, again, we get something that looks like a, can you see that? Or no? Yeah, that looks like a white worm. Okay, so a lot of the insects, when they're larvae, they look like white worms, okay? So the bees yesterday, they looked like white worms when they were larvae, and the ants, when they're larvae, they look like white worms too, okay? Then after the larva is the pupa, okay? The pupa, and this is where they start forming and looking like ants, okay? So they start turning from white, and they start forming the eyes, the legs, okay? They start forming. Then after the pupa, they become an ant. Now there's 3 types of ants. It could either become a worker ant, okay, and those are the girls, or it become a boy ant, and the boy ants have wings, okay, or they will become a queen ant, and the queen has wings as well. Okay, so the only girl ant that has wings is the queen, okay, and all boy ants have wings. Okay, so again, just like yesterday with the bees, who does all the work of the bees? The boys or the girls? Who does all the work? The girls. The girls are the workers. That's right, okay? And just like the bees, the ants are the workers. The girls of the ants are the workers as well, okay? So that's interesting, like I say, because we just talked about bees and now we talked about insects, and that are ants, and that's how they are similar. They are the same, okay? Because the girls ants do all the work and the girl bees do all the work, okay? So again, if you see an ant on the floor and it doesn't have wings, you know that's a girl ant, okay? Because the boy ants have wings, okay? So let's take a little closer look at what they look like in real life, okay? Here we have the eggs. Okay, can you see that, cameraman? Okay, so here we have the eggs. Okay, and if you look, those are the eggs. Now those white things, okay, are the eggs too. All of those are eggs. Okay, so the queen lays the eggs. Okay, and that worker ant is just looking after the eggs. Okay. All right. Then this is a kind of cool picture. It's kind of disgusting too a little bit, but I thought it was pretty cool. This is the larva. Look at all those larvae. My goodness. All those white, they look like little white worms. Okay, remember, that's what the larva looks like. Okay, so there's little white worms. Those are the ants, and they're starting, after the egg, they start turning into larvae. Okay, look at all those. All right, and those ants are taking care of them. Okay, those other ants. And then we have the pupas. And here you can see the pupas, and now you can start seeing some of their legs. You see their legs. Okay, their eyes are starting to form. Their eyes are red, it looks like, right? Is they red? Yeah, some of them are like red, brown. Okay, so they're starting to form here. The eyes are starting to look more like an ant. Okay? So that's pretty cool. All right, and then after that, of course, after the pupa, then it becomes an ant. Okay? And again, if it doesn't have wings, it's a girl ant. Okay, and it's a worker ant if it doesn't have wings. If it has wings, it's a boy. It could be a boy, and if it has wings, it'll be a girl, a queen. Excuse me, a queen. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about where they live. So a little bit about the ants. Okay, so again, ants have these strong jaws. See those? The strong jaws. That's what they bite us with. Okay. The ants, they bite us with those strong jaws, okay? And some ants even have stingers, okay, on their butts, like bees, okay? But this is what they bite us with, okay? And these things are strong, okay? They're like strong jaws. They can pinch. They use that to cut leaves and to cut up the food that they eat, okay? So they have those, and they're very, very strong jaws, okay? They're like scissors. They open and close like scissors, okay? And that's going to be one of our activities today, using scissors after we're done with this. So that's awesome, okay? So they move like scissors, okay? Their antenna, okay? You know, a lot of insects have antenna, okay? But ants, they use their antenna to talk to each other, okay? So I don't have another ant here, but if I had another ant, let's pretend this is an ant too, okay? So if I had an ant, they would come, and if they wanted to talk to each other, they would touch antennas. And their antennas touch, and that's how they talk to each other. So you'd be like, hey, how's it going, buddy? Oh, it's going good. How are you doing? So they touch antennas, and that's how they talk, okay? So they use their antennas to communicate with each other, okay? So that's awesome. Also, ants. So ants live in something called colonies, okay? And that's what bees live in too. So a beehive is a colony, okay? And what a colony means is, that means there's a lot of bees living together, a lot of ants living together. So when there's a lot of things living together, that is called a colony, okay? So bees, their hive, do you remember? We talked yesterday, a beehive can hold 50,000 bees, okay? So that's a lot of bees, so that's a colony, okay? And ants, they live in the colonies as well, because a lot of ants live underground in their tunnels and in their holes. So ants live in colonies. So again, that's another way that bees and ants are alike. Okay, they're the same. Okay, also in their colonies, okay, so they dig underground. Okay, and underground they dig lots of tunnels. Okay, so there's a bunch of little tunnels and stuff under the ground. Hundreds, millions of little tunnels, okay? And each tunnel has a little room, okay? And each room has a job, okay? Some of the things that they do in their rooms, that they have for their rooms underground, one of the rooms they might use to store food, okay? So they get all of their food and they keep it in that one little room, okay? Another room that they do can be, it's like a little nursery. So all the babies, all the eggs are in one room. All the larvae are in one room. All the pupa are in one room, okay? And also, they have little resting places. So they have like little homes where they can go and rest, okay? The thing about it is ants do not sleep. Ants never sleep. They work. They never ever sleep, okay? But they do rest, Okay, and so they'll stop working and they'll just stop and just relax for a little bit, but then they'll go back to work. Okay, but they do not sleep. Ants don't lay down and close their eyes and go to sleep. They don't do that. They're always working. Okay, ants and bees are very hard workers. Okay, ants are very, very strong animals. Okay, very, very strong insects. Okay, an ant can lift 20 times its body weight. Okay, so what that means, boys and girls, if you were an ant, that means that you could pick up a car. Okay, if an ant was a human, that means if you boys and girls can go outside right now and pick up your mom's car all by yourself over your head. That's how strong an ant is. Okay? You boys and girls can't do that, can you? No, that's amazing how strong an ant is, right? So if an ant was a human, that means that they could just walk over to a car and just pick it up over their head like nothing. Okay, so ants are super, super strong. Okay? Also, they use that strength, okay, to carry the leaves. Sometimes you guys will see ants carrying leaves, or they'll be carrying other insects, okay, because ants are something called an omnivore. Okay, can everybody say that word? Omnivore. Okay, and what that means is they eat plants and they eat meat. So they'll eat other insects. Okay, so ants will eat anything. I'm sure you boys and girls have seen before, if you're at a picnic and you leave some food on the floor, what happens? All the ants go on top of the food. Okay, so ants will eat anything. It doesn't matter if it's leaves, plants, fruit, other insects, okay? They'll eat grasshoppers, okay? Dead roaches. Ants don't care. They eat anything, okay? So they're called omnivores, okay? And so they use their strength to carry the leaves, any crumbs that they find on the floor, and they carry it back to their hole, and they'll go and they'll store it again in their little room, so the ants will have food to eat. Okay. Have any of you boys and girls been to the Bugarium? Okay, the Bugarium at the Albuquerque Aquarium. They have a little thing called the Bugarium, a little building. Okay, and they have a bunch of bugs. I wish that we were still in school. If we were still in school, we probably would have taken a field trip to go see the Bugarium. But if you boys and girls haven't been to the Bugarium, when it is safe to go out and when they start opening things back up, maybe your parents can take you guys to the Bugarium when it opens up. Right now it's closed, but when it opens up again, maybe they can take you. But they have a bunch of different bugs. And those of you that have been to the Bugarium, I'm sure you've seen the ants, the leafcutter ants, okay? And they have that big tree there in the middle, and there's a bunch of little ants. And if you see them, they crawl, and then they have that rope going across, and the ants are walk across the rope, and what are they carrying on top of them? They're carrying the leaves, okay? Because they cut the leaves, and then they carry it. So you guys can check that out. If you've ever been to the Bugarium, you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, when it opens up, maybe you guys can check it out. Let's see here. So, just like the bees have three categories of bees. Okay, there's the queen bee, there's the workers, which is the girls, and then the drones, which are the boys. Okay, and ants have the same thing. Ants are the same. They have three categories. Okay, ants have a queen. Okay, there's the queen ant. Okay. They have the worker ants, which are the girl ants, okay? And then they have the boy ants, okay? So they still have those three categories, okay? And the girl ants, the worker ants, they have different jobs. Some of them, they build the ant hill, okay? They'll help build the ant hill, okay? They'll help build the tunnels underground for the ants and stuff. They also, they'll find the food. Okay, the girl worker ants are the ones that find the food for the colony. And they also, they're soldiers. Okay, and what does a soldier do? A soldier protects. Okay, so the girl ants are the soldiers too. So if any animal or other insect comes and tries to attack, they will defend and they will protect the colony. Okay, so that's what they do. Okay, And they'll even attack other ant colonies, okay? So if there's an ant hill over here, and then there's another ant hill over here, sometimes the ants will go and they'll attack that other ant hill, and they'll take it over. So they'll have two ant hills now. So yeah, so they attack sometimes. And like I said, ants do not sleep. They work, okay? They're not as helpful as bees are. Like I say, bees make honey for us and stuff, but ants are the same thing. We do not want to touch an ant. I know when we were in school, we had a couple of kids that would love to see the ants, and they would try to pick them up and stuff. But that's very dangerous, boys and girls. We don't want to pick up the ants because they will bite us. They will sting us or bite us. So we got to be extra careful, okay? So that's that. That's some information about ants, okay? Now I have a book here. The video is almost going to end. I have a book here we're going to read about ants, and it's just going to basically say everything that we've just talked about, okay? Now, if you look, this book is in Spanish and in English, okay? So it says ants, and it also says it here, okay? An ant in Spanish is called an hormiga. Can you guys say that? Hormiga. Okay? That's kind of hard because you got to roll your R. Can you boys and girls do that? Okay, it's called an hormiga. Okay? That's an ant in Spanish. Okay? So we're going to read this book. It is a non-fiction book, so that means it is real. Okay? So let's take a look and see what information they have. Okay? If it gets, cameraman, if it gets really glossy, like shiny from the window, like tell me so I can like turn my body and like sort of block it off. Okay? All right. Hormigas, ants. Okay? All right. Ants. Okay, look at that. There's an ant. Ants all have 6 legs, which means they are insects. There are more than 8,000 kinds of ants. Most are very small. The largest ants are just 1 inch long. Look, there's an ant. You see his little pinchers there? His jaws. So ants are very small. Look, there's some leafcutter ants. That's what we're talking about. Ants live together in colonies. Each ant in a colony has a job to do. Worker ants collect food. Ants often share jobs. So look, they're collecting the leaves to go take it to eat. Okay? So worker ants collect the food. And are worker ants boys or girls ants? Girl ants, that's right. The girls do all the work. What's up with that? Okay. Many ants have a stinger. An ant's stinger is at the far end of its body. So again, we talked about that, just like a bee. Okay? Wasps and bees also have stingers. So ants and bees are very alike. They're sort of the same, okay? They have a lot of same things, okay? We talked about that. Okay, here's an ant. Ants, it says where ants live. Ants may be found almost anywhere on dry land. Ants live underground. They live in dirt mounds. Ants live under tree bark. Some kinds live in attics. So there's something called carpenter ants. And carpenter ants are very, very dangerous for our houses. Okay, because carpenter ants and a termite is sort of like an ant as well. Okay, and carpenter ants and termites, they eat wood. Okay, so if you have carpenter ants or termites in your house, okay, sorry boys and girls, had a little problem with the video there. So we're talking about termites, okay, and carpenter ants. So they get into our houses and they can eat our wood and they can destroy our house. So those kind of ants are very dangerous, okay? Being an ant. Ants are small, but they are strong. We talked about that. One ant can lift the weight of perhaps 30 other ants. Can you lift 30 classmates? Okay, so in other words, again, if an ant was a human, that means it can lift a whole car. Look at this ant. He is carrying Look at that. He's carrying a bigger ant. Okay? That's how strong they are. Okay. Ants lead amazing lives. Some kinds guard other insects, like aphids. The aphids make food for the ants. So ants, we talked about, sometimes ladybugs and ants, they fight each other. And they fight each other. The ants attack them sometimes because the ladybugs like to eat the aphids. Okay, aphids destroy our leaves, our plants and stuff. And so ladybugs eat them. That's why ladybugs are a good insect. Well, ants, they like the aphids because the aphids make something called honeydew. Okay, and then that's what the ants eat. So if an ant sees a ladybug eating aphids, an ant will attack the ladybug so he doesn't eat them. Okay. Ant food. Some kinds of ants attack other animals for food. Different kinds of ants eat different foods. Army ants eat insects. Some ants eat seeds or food crumbs. Others eat dead animals or aphid honeydew. So if you look up here, this is an ant. See this ant? He's drinking the honeydew. Okay, those little things are the honeydew that the aphids are making. And up here, okay, that's what he's doing too. Okay. All right. Ants are eaten by many animals. Lizards love ants. What do you think anteaters eat? You guys ever seen an anteater? Anteaters have big long noses and then they have big long tongues. Okay, anteaters eat ants and they use their long tongue and they can go down into ant holes and they can suck them up. Young ants. Only the queen ant lays eggs. The babies that hatch look like worms. We talked about that, white worms. They are called larvae. In time, the larvae change into another stage of life. This is called the pupa. We talked about that. The pupa changes into an adult ant. So look, this ant is moving the larva. See? He's moving the larva to another part of the nest. Okay. The end. That was it. Awesome. So, that is all about ants. Okay? So, our activity for today. I emailed your parents these sheets, okay? And we're going to work on your guys' cutting skills, okay? So, I emailed your parents these sheets. And so, you guys have to be like an ant, okay? And you have to use your scissors. Your scissors, remember, their jaws are like scissors, okay? So, you're going to pretend that your scissors are the ant's jaws. And you need to cut along the line and get to the ant hole, okay? So, this one, you just have to cut a straight line. Okay, so we're working on our cutting skills because a lot of you boys and girls, when we left, you would cut and remember you'd move your hand all around and your hand would be upside down like this trying to cut things. And we talked about it. When you cut, your hand should stay in one place and you move the paper around. Okay, not moving your hand all crazy and stuff. Okay, so this is going to help you guys work on your cutting skills. So we have a straight line. Okay. We have a zigzag, so you guys have to cut it in a zigzag. So you got to go zoop, 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 okay? And then we have a steeper zigzag somewhere here. Okay, we got some little spirals here, some curvy lines, okay? And then some super curvy lines, okay? So you guys got to use your jaws and cut on those super curvy lines, okay? So we're going to work on that. Remember, move the paper. Move the paper. Don't move your hand. Keep your hand in one spot and you move the paper, okay? So that's going to be your activity for you guys to do. I want you guys to send me pictures or videos of you guys doing your cutting, okay? So I can know how well you guys are doing. And so now, before we finish our video, I have a surprise for you boys and girls. We have a butterfly. Woo! Yeah! We have one butterfly has hatched from the chrysalis. Okay? And we're going to be very careful. I'm going to actually unzip it a little bit so that my cameraman can sort of see it. The butterfly is just hanging out on top of the, next to the other chrysalises, but that way you guys can see the butterfly, okay? And hopefully he doesn't escape. I don't think he'll escape though, because he's just relaxing now. Okay, so let's go. Okay, first, can you see it or no? Can you get in there? Let me turn it a little bit. You see it? You guys see the butterfly? He's right there. He's zooming in on it. Okay. His wings are closed, so you can't really see the color. Okay. The inside of the wing looks gray. Okay. But I'm going to unzip it. He's going to try to zoom in there. Okay. So that's the butterfly. You can't really see it because of the netting. So I'm going to unzip it a little bit, and my cameraman's going to try and get in there so you can see it. Okay. You guys see the butterfly? Look at that. You see him? See, there's his legs. Again, you can't really see the color. His wings on the bottom are not very colorful, but on the inside, I think they're orange. Okay, but I'm not going to move him. I don't want to disturb him, but he's hanging out there. Okay, and the other ones will be butterflies too now. Look at, you see his empty chrysalis? Show him the chrysalis. Yeah, right there, that one. Yep. You guys see it? How it's empty? All it is a shell. Okay, so there he is. We have a butterfly. Yay! So excited. So the other ones will be hatching soon. I told you guys by the end of the week, hopefully we'd have a butterfly, and we do. So the other ones are going to be hatching soon. I am actually going to get an orange and cut it up and put it in there. He won't eat right now, but I will do it tomorrow, so that way he can have something to eat. And maybe we can even see his proboscis and him eating the orange, okay? All right. All right. So let me zip him up. And we'll take a look at ladybug land. Our ladybugs are walking around today. Let's take a look at our ladybug land. See them moving around today? They're very active today. Okay? Very active. You see them moving all around. Look at, they're all on the wall. You know, that means to me, I think that means that they're going to either be shedding, they're either going to start shedding their next skin, or they might even start forming the pupa. Sorry, is that not good? Or do you want me to hold it? Let me just put it down? Okay. I'm just going to put it down. My cameraman's guiding me here. And just let him do his magic. Okay, so we can get all those little ladybugs. See, I think they're very active. When they get on the glass like that, it's usually because they're going to shed their skin again, or like I said, they're probably going to start forming their pupa, maybe even. We'll have to see what they do. Okay, let's take a look at the butterfly again one more time. Take a look at the butterfly again. I want you boys and girls to see that. Okay, we got a butterfly. Yay! That's a good shot. You see his legs? Okay. And he'll start flying around the net. And he'll start flying around the net and stuff. Yeah, like I say, he must have just hatched while I was at work today. So when I got back from the center, I just noticed it now. So yeah, awesome. All right, I'm gonna zip him back up. We got some good pictures as well. All right, so that's awesome. We got a butterfly. I'm so happy. Yeah, so that's awesome. As soon as we get all 4 butterflies, I'm going to have you guys, all 5 butterflies, I'll have you guys draw a picture of it, but I don't want you drawing a picture yet, okay? Just wait until the other ones hatch, and then that'll be our new activity, okay? So that was our video for today. We learned about ants, okay? And I hope you boys and girls have a great rest of your day. And don't forget to do your cutting activity. Pretend your scissors are the jaws of the ant. And cut, cut, cut. Okay? Hope you boys and girls have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.